Alright, welcome back to another episode of Torque, a channel created for the weekend warrior out there wrenching on their vehicle. So today we're going to work on some trim pieces on the Chevelle, some stuff that I've never done before. Let's head out to the barn and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, the project for today is trim. So these are some of the front stainless steel trim pieces, and I haven't been looking forward to this because it can be quite time consuming. So you can probably see, I'll try and get you to see, there's little dents and dimples all through this trim. We're going to try and get those out, and oh, there's a pretty good dent right there. We're going to attempt to try and get all this stuff out. And so what we'll do is we'll use a bunch of different types of punches, some small hammers, and then once you get it close to being flat, you use a piece of sandpaper on a block, and once you sand on this, you can actually see really well the areas that really need to be done. So I'll try and hit these, you know, knock them out and get them flat, and then try and sand them down, and yeah, just stay tuned. Hopefully we can get all these out. I've got several more pieces of trim for the back windshield, and a few other pieces for the cowl. So just stay tuned. All right, we got our trim, all of the dents all knocked out and then sanded, and then I took them to the bead blaster. I actually bead blasted them with the crushed diamond. So they're nice and smooth. I wanted to find a way to mount them so that I could prime and paint these, because it's going to be the same color as the car. So I was thinking about this all night last night, and I figured out a way. I just took screws, these are 3-inch screws, and mounted them on here. And I'll have 2 of them, one on one side and then one on the other, and all I have to do is put it on the screw on one side, and then the third screw has a little bit of pressure on it. I'm able to push it over and it locks it in place. So I have to set up a couple more boards like this and get ready. I'll try and get all the trim on a board, and then we'll take it in the booth to paint. Okay, along with the other pieces of trim that we're going to paint that I've already shown you, I'm also going to attempt to paint the grill. And I think this is going to be a real pain in the butt. It's taken me a little over an hour to scuff all this down. And I'm just using one of these maroon pads, Scotch-Brite pads. I think it's 360 to 400 grit. I was able to get it in between all these little slats to try and scuff it up a little bit. So we'll try and put some epoxy primer on this, and then we'll try and fill in some of the irregularities on the surface itself, and we'll try and paint it. And we're going to paint it the same color as the car, so it's going to be kind of scary and exciting. We'll see how it turns out. All right, just to give you guys a quick update what's going on. I've got several of the pieces that have to be painted. I'll paint them tomorrow. There's the headlight bezels. All this is going to be the same color as the car. There's the door handles. That's from Condigat Design, you know, Bitch and Rides. And then that's a grill trim. And this is all the trim that goes around the window. And it's also going to be the same color as the car. And then I also do have a full table full of parts, which have been painted, and they've come out really, really good. Took some time to do them. I do have to do these tail light assemblies. I'll have to paint that silver on the inside. But by the end, we'll probably have 2 or 3 tables. So yeah, just stay tuned. All right, we're back at it, and I've got the trim in epoxy. So this epoxy, this stuff is really, really good, and the reason I say that is because it's other polyurethane. It's their brand. Well, you can put on filler on this up to 7 days, and it will bind better than if you just put it over the metal itself. So, and it's very flexible. And you can see some of the spots. You may be able to see there's a spot in there. So I'm going to put a little bit of filler on some of these, and then sand them down and get them ready for paint. I'll get it sanded down to 600, and I'll just continue on until I have all the pieces done, and then we'll move on to paint. All right, we're back in the paint booth today, and as you can see, everything is in the base coat. Came out really good. We still have to put clear on. We're not going to spray that today, just for the fact that the temperature is up there and humidity is starting to go up, and we're probably up close to 70%. And you will have adhesion problems if you spray you know, in too high humidity. So I still have to spray. There's 3 coats of base on there. I still have to spray the orientation coat, and you wonder what that is. Some people just don't know. Orientation coat is, I'll spray with the gun pulled back a couple inches, a little faster, and what it does, it almost mists it on a little bit, and it goes on almost dry. And what that does is it makes the metallics in the paint stand up, so in a sense it looks more sparkly. So, and it also evens out the coat, so you won't get those tiger stripes or any kind of modeling in the metallic. So yeah, tomorrow we'll put some clear on it, and I'll show you guys the results. All right, I've got all my trim pieces all painted, and the side mirrors also. So they came out really good. I'm really happy with the way they turned out. Yeah, I don't think you can beat that. So you can also see the grill. Grill came out really good. So we're gonna go ahead and put together the trim pieces and the SS badge on the front. So let's try some TV magic again. All right, we've got the grill all put together. We've got the trim down below we painted previously, as well as the SS emblem. We also have the corner pieces put together along with the trim on those. In the paint booth, we have the doors and the trunk lid. I'll show you next week the results of those. And then I also purchased a Dakota Digital LED Tail light kit, which will go into the housing, and we'll get those put on a later episode as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll see you next week on another episode of Torqued.